Hey Red, I'm gonna type hi Red. Yes, Lucas. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, just a 15-minute quick chat, guys. Let me, somehow or another, I have this so that I have it on the screen so that I can see stuff, but it's not that legible. Oh, is B2 Darai here? No, I'm looking at something else, sorry. I think I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, I'm looking at this correct thing. I'm hanging in there, Red. So I was going to rush through this because there's only 15 minutes before Goat comes on. So I was going to talk just for a second about my speed run that I'm thinking about doing at 180 miles an hour. And I'm going to jokingly say that I'm going to let somebody else do the speed run so that I don't get in trouble with it. I'm going to say I'm going to let somebody borrow my bike. I'm going to give them my Honda to ride, and I'm going to give them my Alpine suit to wear, and I'm going to even let them borrow my helmet. And I'm going to let them do the ride and record it, and I'll give them my GoPro. They can do the whole thing and then give it back to me when they're done, and that way I'll be able to say my bike went 180 miles an hour, but it won't be me. I'm going to give it to a friend, and he's going to give it to one of his friends, who's going to give it to one of his friends, who's going to give it to one of his friends, and then a week or 2 or 3 later I'll get my bike back and I'll get the video back, and then I'll be able to say that my bike went that fast. And I'm going to explain how this is going to be plausible beyond a shadow of a doubt, because most people will say, no, that's bullshit, that would never happen. And so and I'm talking about why I should be so cynical to cops, and I'll explain my 5,000 mile ride, maybe if I do multiple live streams today. So I outlined how I had mapped out, broke down this section on a toll road that I'm going to be able to get up to 180, I think maybe 200. The traffic is conducive to that. It's a good road. I just have to slow down to 100 miles an hour to make this turn to the left. But this is why I'm going to be able to say it's not out of the question I would let somebody borrow my bike and do the ride, because I let Mr. Mimey ride my Fireblade when I visited him in Las Vegas. And normally you wouldn't let anybody ride your motorcycle, especially Mr. Mimey only had experience on his Yamaha R3. So it's like I took a risk, but I trusted Mr. Mimey because I think he's a solid guy, which he is. I had lunch with him. So then I rode my Ninja to 650 to Chicago to hook up with Brian 636, and I rode my Fireblade to Houston to hook up with Crash Test Goat, and then I rode to Dallas to hook up with Angry D, and then I offered to let D Tom Raygun and Big E ride my Fireblade in Houston. After dinner, I said, hey, you guys want to take it for a spin? They opted not to. It was late, but I volunteered it. That's because I let people ride my motorcycle. It's not out of the question. And I rode 110 miles an hour in front of a motor cop after I told him I was going to do it. And I talked to riders all the time. I got the Stretch Hayabusa guy, my R1 buddy at the gym. There's other people. I punched a Mongol rider in the arm at a stoplight. And so there's the Stretched Hayabusa that I met at the gym, and I got a video on that. There's Mr. Mimey on my bike. Mr. Mimey rocking a CBR 1000 RR. And I got a video of that. And then there's the video of me and my interaction with the cop. I thought he was I thought he'd be cool because he's a fellow rider. Turns out he was kind of a stiff. And I did my ride, and then I hooked up with Angry D in Dallas, and here's when I went. I was in this group, guys. This was 2022 when I went to. You know, actually, I take it back. I think it was like 2024, 2023. Anyway, I rode there to hook up with Brian 636 in Chicago. And then I talked to cops all the time, and I think that people overreacted to that cop talking to Crash Test Goat. I think that cop was a genuine person who was a rider at heart who just happened to be a cop. So I chat with this motorcycle cop, I chat with this motorcycle cop, I chatted with this cop. I I was on the Ninja and I recorded a bike ride, New Year's Day ride down Pacific Coast Highway, and I was blown through stoplights with the riders, but this cop was chill. He didn't mind. Cops aren't jerks. I was speeding like crazy on the 91 freeway. This cop just gave me a warning. He was nice. When I was going to meet Mr. Mimey in Las Vegas, I was flying down the freeway and I coming up at 80. I was going faster than 80, but I came out here, I'm at 79, and then the cop lights up his lights to say, hey, I'm a cop, I'm going to give you a ticket if you don't slow your ass down. But he didn't give me a ticket. Here I was flying down the freeway over 100, and this cop comes by and he's motioning with his hands, slow down. So I've got a video of that. And then here's a cop who's stuck in the carpool lane. He can't get over, but I was going a little bit quicker than I should have been. And then, yeah, I pulled, riding my bicycle. There was a guy on a motorcycle, a Harley, and he's with two of his buddies. They stop at a stoplight. I come over to him and I punch him in the arm, and I notice his jacket's got Mongols on it. And I look up and like, these guys are some bad motherfuckers. They're like this outlaw biker game, but it didn't stop me. I punched him in the arm. So I'm just saying, I have this kinship with fellow riders. So let me check out the chat to see what's going on, if I can find it. Bring it to the Texas Smile event. So Lucas, I'm not familiar with that. Where's that at, buddy? Let me see. I'm gonna drop the link to the live stream in Goat's chat. Live. Copy. I'll go over to Goat. Oops. Hi, folks. If you want to pop in, not critical, necessary. So let's see what they say. Benel's going to the DMV in the morning. That sounds like loads of fun. So let me just see over elsewhere. I'm gonna jump into this thing to see who's here. Oh, Chef, hi, thanks for popping in. That's nice. So they hold the mile events on a runway airports. So Lucas, hey, Seth, hey, you made it. Thank you for joining. I'll make it real quick. I'm going to recap everything that I went through. But Lucas, I would like to learn more about that mile run that they have on an airport. So it sounds like it's go like a bat out of hell for 1 mile, and then you got to wind it down right away because you know you're going to run out of the runway. But you guys, I was saying to the other folks that were here, I'm just going to race through this very quickly because it's redundant. I was going to explain how I'm thinking about doing the speed run to hit 180. If I can, I'll try to hit 200. And I'll put it on YouTube, but I'm going to have plausible deniability because what I'm going to say is that I'm not going to do it. I mean, I'm too old to be doing this stuff. I got no business doing this stuff. I'm just pretending. I'm going to let somebody else do it on my bike. I'm going to give my bike to a friend and have him pass it along to somebody else that he might know, and they can pass it along to somebody that they might know, and then get the bike back and get the bike back with the video, because I'm going to give my GoPro, my helmet, and my Alpine suit, leather suit. So you're going to have to find somebody that's the same size as me that's willing to do this on my bike. It might take a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but then eventually get it. And then I'll be able to have the video and I'll pretend like it's me. But it's not going to be me. So this is what I've outlined. I've broken this down based on distance and what the acceleration is for the bike and how much time I have to work with, and I got to slow down to 100 miles an hour to make this turn to the left. Um, and I can't hit it until the fence starts. So I can start going fast at the windy. I'm gonna share this information with the person that actually does it, so that they'll be able to execute this, and then they'll be able to tell me if it worked or not, and they'll be able to show me the video if it worked or not. And so it won't be me. I admit that I'm a pussy. I don't go very fast. In fact, I barely even ride my motorcycle, guys. I don't think I've ever been over 30 miles an hour on my motorcycle. So I'm going to have somebody else do it. But some of the things that I have done is I went to Las Vegas to hook up with Mr. Mimey, and I let him ride my Fireblade. So I let other people ride my bike. I've already established that I've done this. I offered to let D. Tom Raygun and Big E ride my bike when I rode to Houston. Um, I, uh, I'm kind of pretty open and relatable to other riders. It's just the way I am. So I went to Chicago to hook up with Brian 636. I went to hook up with Crash Test Goat. I hooked up with Angry D. Um, I, I figured the cop that one day I was feeling good, and I figured he's a fellow rider. He wouldn't give me shit, but no, I was wrong. I got a ticket. And I talked to people that have bikes all the time. I met that guy at the gym that had the 600 horsepower Hayabusa. I met my buddy at the gym lifting weights, Mike. He's got an R1. I've gone on a couple group rides with him. I talk to riders all the time. And then one time riding my bicycle home, 3 riders on Harleys were at a stoplight, and I pulled up next to them just to shoot the shit, and I punched the one guy in the arm jokingly. And it turns out he was a Mongol rider, and I looked up who the Mongols are. So there's Mr. Mimey on my bike. We're in Las Vegas here. We just had lunch. There's a video here if you guys, I don't know if you've seen that one. There's the video of this cop that gave me the ticket. Well, I took off like a bat out of hell so goddamn fast, guys. I out accelerated this thing because my Ninja 650 is geared kind of low. It's got short gearing. And I pictured this guy being like Captain Crunch on the Mayflower, kind of blowing on the sails of a boat, trying to get the thing going. There's my ride that I did cross country. Hooked up with Angry D. Hooked up with Brian 636 in Chicago. Chatted with this guy. He's cool. Motor Cop. Chatted with this guy. He's even cooler. This guy's name is Steve. He's a nice guy. Chatted with this cop because I was blowing through stoplights and he saw me, but it's because I was with this group. I was videotaping a group of about 100 some odd riders. The video of that, bicycle riders. I was going to get a speeding ticket, but this cop was very kind. He just gave me a warning, said slow down. This cop gave me a warning with his lights when I was going to meet Mr. Mimey because I was flying down I-15 north, and he lit up. He was in an unmarked car. It was amazing. There was no indication that was a cop until he lit up his lights. And then this cop came by and he's pointing down, telling me to slow it down. He didn't even stop or pull me over. He just said, tone it down. I was like, okay. So we got a video of that too, and I waved to him, and he waves back as he takes off. And there's this thing, so I've had plenty of experience with the cops, and then there's the Mongols. So these Mongols, there's some really badass dudes, guys. I'm gonna look at the chat. Are you guys familiar with the Mongols? Oh, let me just see. Benel, or I should say, Benel, Linnell, I guess is your name, Linnell. Very good of you to join, Linnell. Nice, and hey, I'm not gonna infringe in the least bit on Crash Test Goat. As soon as he goes live, I'm gonna stop this because this is his baby. But I could look at the chat. I could play one of my videos that you could make fun of me if you want to. If there's, yeah, I know a little bit of Spanish. Why do you say that? I had 2 years of Spanish in high school, and I was an idiot at it, Red. But I do speak some Spanish. But I speak a lot of German. I'm actually fluent in German because I picked that up later in life. But I'm just looking. Let me just pop in to see. Yeah. So So Benell says that the past fees are 728. I think a couple people tell me if they have discretion to charge you or waive it. Yeah, I think you're talking about fees for your Grom that you're fixing up. Oh, that's what you're doing at the DMV, Linnell. You're getting the registration and title ironed out on your Grom. Okay. Well, hopefully they'll be kind to you. I'll play one little video, guys. This is kind of fun. It was a windy day and I was tucked behind my windshield so I couldn't see the blind spot, and I sensed this bike next to me. What the fuck? Like, oh shit, watch this.
The fucker came out of nowhere.
Did you see he pointed down, like he goes like, slow it down, and I waved hi to him. And
so how lucky is that? Holy shit. That cop was very cool, thank goodness. If he wanted to bust my ass, he could have. Shoot, my little ninja and me are just trying to have fun. What do you expect?
So yeah, that was fortunate that I wasn't quite so lucky with this guy. He was not in a good mood, but he was kind of a pussy of a rider. He had only been on his bike as a motocop for 6 months, and he was still kind of new. And I think I pushed him to the fastest that he's gone, that goddamn thing, because he said he had to go 110. I was going 110. He had to go 110 to match me, let alone close. And I think he was really irritated because he felt like I jeopardized his life, and I'm thinking, shit, didn't jeopardize your life. Hey, here's something real quick. Let me just check in to make sure I'm not being rude to Crash Test Goat. Benell's saying here, I'm here, Benell, but I'm also in my live stream. So let me just show you this thing. Here's something. Oops, not him. Yeah, that guy's interesting, but I didn't want to show you him. I wanted to show you this one thing about the best video that I have, guys. You see, this is the video of Mr. Mimey and me having lunch. And I was talking to this motocop about my cross-country trip. Let me just see about this. Let me just see. I'm trying to find a video. Here, this thing. This is the coolest video I have, guys. Is this cool or what? I don't watch porn, guys. I watch this. This, to me, is porn. Never a dull moment here. Oh, except for a little bit of traffic slowing him down. Oh, he was triple dashes, I think. No, maybe not. Anyway, this is the real deal. Let me check in on Goat. So let me go back to my live stream thing to check in on you guys. So let's see. Oh, Miki, howdy. Good of you to drop in. So Linnell, you think I should delete this live? I mean, I don't know. I could, but I was gonna say, I don't know if you're still here, Linnell, but what I was gonna do was I was gonna say I'm gonna try to go. I'm aiming for 200 miles an hour. I want to be like Goat when I grow up. I might only hit 180. I'd be satisfied if I hit 180, but I'd like to touch 200. I'm not sure that I can, but there's this toll road by me, and the traffic is light, and the conditions are good. Everything's favorable for being able to light it up safely. As long as I slow down to negotiate this turn on the left, and the fastest I can safely take it is about 100 miles an hour. Even that's a little bit quick, actually. Anyway, I got this all mapped out, and I'm gonna let somebody else borrow my bike and execute this, and then bring back the video for me, and then I'll put it on my channel. I'm gonna say it's not me. I gave it to a friend of a friend of a friend, and the justification is I let people ride my bike. I've let Mr. Mimey ride my bike. I've got a video of it. I offered to let D. Tom Raygun and Big E ride my bike when I was in Houston. They can vouch for that. I rode up to ride with Angry D in Dallas, and I rode out there to hook up with, you know, Crash Test Goat, and then Brian 636, and I'm just like, I'm not really hung up on not wanting other people to ride my bike. I don't have a problem if somebody rides my bike, and if somebody wants to ride my bike and go 200 miles an hour on it, that's fine. They can tell me all about it. I can live vicariously through them. Now, it just so happens, guys, that I've got 5 radiation treatments coming up. I'm going to be going down that toll road 5 times in a row, and that might be conducive for practicing that speed run and maybe even doing it. But I'm not going to do it because I don't think I've gotten over 30 miles an hour on my motorcycle. I'm a chicken. I'm an old geezer chicken. Goat's still not here. Chain gang. No, no, Lucas. I said, no, Lucas. Goat will never be chained. So, because Lucas was joking around saying if Goat is on chain gang. In fact, I could just sit here reacting to Goat's chat until he comes on board, but I'll check in on my live stream. Let's see. But you should never say things you should never say during surgery for 1,000 likes. So wondering why I didn't my glasses on. Okay, hey Seth. Oh yeah, I'll say hi to Jay. Hi, Jay. Here, sort of. Oh, and Chef is here. Yo, Chef. Maybe Go will be the newest predator in your way motorcycle. Yeah, wouldn't that be sweet? So, I don't know if there's anybody else here. Okay. And I'm going to just pop back to look at my live stream. Where was it? Here. I wonder... Oh, there's 5 people here right now. Oh, I could have just gone down to this. So Miki's here, Seth is here, Linnell, Lucas, Red, and maybe that's about it. Okay, I'm just checking on Goat. Yeah, Goat's running a little bit late, but he'll probably be here in just a minute or so. Sometimes he runs 10 or 15 minutes late, no big deal. If you guys have any feedback for me on whether or not you think that's a bad idea for me talking about my speed run on YouTube, or the speed run that I'm going to have somebody do on my behalf, I see question mark with an exclamation mark. So you guys are talking about wearing glasses. I wear reading glasses. Fortunately, I don't need glasses for distance. Bum, 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 bum. Popping over to this thing. Oh, Pitchfork! You're here. Cool. Oh, okay, Pitchfork. Good to see you, bro. I didn't realize so let me just say hi. Pitchfork. I don't. If I miss it, can you guys alert me if Goat starts? Oh wow, so Seth, you've been wearing glasses since you were in grade school. Okay, all right, that's fine. Um, I'm gonna say I wear reading glasses only. It's not too bad. So there we go. Well, I don't have too much to talk about. Everything I had to talk about was just kind of this summary of things, and I might splice it together into a more concise video and edit it, put it up there to solicit feedback from people to get their input on what I'm contemplating. So, jumping over here, fogging up. Yep, it's a drag of your visor or goggles fog up. I've only had my visor fog up once. I think it was raining out and it was high humidity, and so a cop, Lucas is speculating that maybe a cop challenged Goat to UFC style. I don't know. I think Goat would win. I think Goat would use his fight or flight choice, and he'd probably choose flight because that's what he's best at. Not that he can't fight, but it's just that the flight mechanism is pretty darn pronounced. Yeah, Pitchfork, you were saying don't bring the run up for a month before doing it. Yeah, I was going to kind of talk about it. I was going to jokingly say that I'm going to delegate it to somebody else. I'm going to give my bike to a friend. I'm going to give my friend my bike, the key, my suit, my helmet, and my GoPro, and my gloves, and say, go pass it around and find somebody who's willing to take my bike up to speed and make a video of it and then give it back to me. That way they're going to do the riding. It's going to be them, but it's going to be like 3, 4, 5 people removed from me, and I have no idea who it is. And I'm going to be able to get the video, and I'll be able to say my bike went 180 miles an hour, or maybe it went 200, and I got the video to prove it, but I'm not responsible for it. I didn't do it. And then I already mentioned this to other people, that I let other people ride my bike, so it's not out of the question. I let Mr. Mimey ride my bike. I offered to let D-Tom Raygun and Big E ride my bike. I don't really distinguish between cops and people, whatever, if they're on a bike. They're all good to me, except for this guy. He was a stick in the mud. He was a new rider, and I hurt his feelings. I think it hurt his pride. But yeah, I chat with moto cops all the time. Sometimes cops chat with me, but they're cool. I've had nothing but good experiences with cops. Even that cop that gave me the ticket, he wasn't really that much of a dick. He was kind of butthurt, but he wasn't rude. And then yeah, I punched a Mongol rider in the arm. In fact, let me just do a quick search, do a Google search to show you Mongols. Bike group. Biker group, whatever. They're into illegal drugs, robbery, extortion, firearms, murder, assault. They were charged with explosives. They're they're found in Montebello, California. That's like nearby. I ride my bicycle through Montebello. That's why I ran into those 3 Mongol riders. And I was on my bicycle, but I was like feeling a kinship with him, so I punched the guy in the arm, and he just smiled, and we chatted. We talked about his bike, whatever, and the light turned green. They took off, and then I caught up to them at the next light. But yeah, they've got a long history of interesting stuff. They had a war against the Hells Angels, and they actually prevailed. So, all right, oh, Bezzy's here. Bezzy's in Goat Stream. I'm gonna stop the stream, guys, because it's probably, yeah, it's down to 3, so I'm gonna stop the stream. But anyway, thanks for joining, you guys. Oh, Cop saying doing 100 is unsafe. Missy, yes, Pitchfork, yes. But I think I terrified him to have him be going that fast, and I think he felt disrespected, and I think I made him look bad because I took off like a shot. And he was off duty though. He was 21 miles away from his jurisdiction, and he was off work, and I figured he wouldn't give me shit, but he did. So, all right, I'm gonna sign off. Bye, you guys. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna go over to Goat Stream.